Oh, hi everyone. Good morning, actually. Well, it's 2:43 a.m. here. I went to bed at a decent hour, could not go to sleep. So I got up and made some more flowers. I've been on a real flower making journey these last few days. I started out that I was making yo-yos first. And then, like I showed you in the last video, I started making these flowers that are just ruffled on both sides. I love them so much. They're easy to make and they're just so much fun. And they just turn out so pretty. And then I decided I want to, uh, like, I thought, well, they're going to be pretty if I like layer them up. And so, like, here's some I took, like this one here. I had I had made just one of the little ones of these, and then I stitched this lace around the edge of that one. Then I put it together with a larger blue one that kind of matched and put that button in the middle. And I thought that turned out so pretty. And then here I have a lace curtain, and I took pieces from the lace curtain and made one of these same things like this with that lace from the curtain. I got different curtain kind of lace too, or tablecloth lace that I gotta dig out because I think it's not quite as open as this, and I think that'll be easier to stitch. But so I made that one out of the curtain, out of the sheer, or not sheer, but a curtain. Then I made one out of this like Clooney lace, and then and then I have that's a yo-yo and then a button. So I layered them all up, and I thought that turned out pretty. And then I have this lace here. Somebody sent me this quite some little while ago, and I hadn't used it because I was kind of hoarding it because it's so pretty. Well, I used that on these two. These two have the same flower bottoms. Then I just took the lace and gathered it up on one edge to make it into the ruffle. So this one, like, see, it's green on one edge and then pink on the other. And so this one I gathered up the green part, so the pink is on the outside, and this one I gathered up the pink, so the green is on the outside. And so they're both just very different because I just flipped the lace the other direction, and then I put a button in the middle. And so then here, this one is just one of the flowers with this lace. This was sent to me too. This is like it's a very fine cotton. It's kind of like an eyelet lace, but it's a very lightweight cotton lace. And this would be pretty dyed as well, but I'm using it white right now. I might dye some of it because there's a lot of it here. And but I just took that and gathered it up at the top with a running stitch, and I put that together. I took one of the little flowers, and then I gathered up that piece and put the button on there, and it's all stitched. I didn't glue anything. It's all stitched together. And this one I just simply put that's the same as on the backs of these ones, but I just put a button, just the button, and then that's pretty. And so then did I show you this one here? This one is one of the flat ruffle flowers, and this is then this is the yo-yo, and then one just simple button on the top. And these ones, I like using the shank buttons on these, the buttons with the shank, because the shank then goes down, the shank of the button then goes down into that center piece. And I think those are so pretty. There's so many different things that we can use these kind of things on. And and so I was kind of making my little samples because like when I was doing these on the video yesterday, I wasn't sure of my sizes. So now I know that this is a wide piece. It's 3.5 inches wide, the flower, but I used 3.5 inch by 12-inch piece of fabric. See, so then I'll know when I go to make another one, if I want one that big, that's the size I'll use. And then this one I made with a 2.5 inch by 10.5 inch piece of fabric, and see, that's the difference in size. And then this one I made little, and that one I put a 6 inch by a 1.5 inch piece of fabric, and see, that's what the flower ends up being, is 1.5 inches. Well, this one's a little bit more. Because if you don't pull it real tight in the middle, then it's going to be a little bit bigger. But I made them for myself just as a little bit of a guide. But it's just so much fun. I've just been having a blast with this. I'm gonna just take a piece of this, and when I use this, now this is it's total of about 1 inch wide here at the widest, at the scallop piece. And if I take a piece that's 9 inches in length, then that's going to make a pretty ruffly flower here. And then if I just take a needle and thread, let's see if I've got one threaded here. That's pink thread, but it won't matter because it's not going to show. And and then I just take it and just up there at the raw edge, I just put a running stitch all the way along. Where's my thimble? I usually don't ever use a thimble, but I'm poking myself in the finger. I'm going to try this one. This one's not mine. This one's Samantha's. She was here yesterday, and she left it on the table. She doesn't know it, so maybe it's mine now. I don't know. I might give it back to her. And so yeah, that works better if you use something to protect your finger. Then you're not poking your finger as you're doing this running stitch. I'm using a sharp needle, so that kind of goes through your skin pretty easily. So if you ever want to stitch your finger together. But okay, so I'm almost to the end there. I have some needles that are really nice, but the tips aren't sharp. So I used to know the names of the needles, like milliner's needle and stuff, but I done forgot. I done forgot now what they are really. Okay, so I'm gonna just see, now I got that running stitch all the way across the top. So I'm going to, now I'm just going to take, I always use a double thread when I do something like this, because I'm always afraid that when I pull it to tie it, it might break the thread, and that would be a sad day. It'd make for a sad day if you break the thread. And so let's see now. So now I'm going to, now see how that is? How that makes just that little ruffly flower. Little ruffly flowers, so pretty. And so then I'll pick out one of my now see, like this here flower, I don't know if I'd put white with that one. I think this one I would put like a tea dye. So I probably will tea dye some of that white lace because now because this kind of color would go better with tea dye, and this one too, probably a tea dye would go better with some of these. Even this, well, this one's not too bad on there, but I think a tea dye on there too. But so, but with these light blues like this, I have a few different of the light blues, and they're different sizes too because I just keep picking these ones. I love that fabric. That is so pretty. And but see, now I could take, well, I need a little bit longer thread here. And I'm going to cut this thread off and get me some longer thread. And I think what I'll do here on this, I'll put this into the center of this. But then instead I'm going to I use this thread a lot, this crochet cotton. I use that especially if I'm going to tie on a button. And especially if I'm going to tie on a button. Let's see, what kind of button do I want? I've got a lot of these buttons. These ones I covered, but I don't know where they are right now. But I'm going to find them because I know I've got a bunch of them. They're just in somewhere. But see how that would look if I covered that button with this same fabric, how pretty that would look. So once I find these, because I know I have them, I just got to find them. And so I'm getting more and more organized lately. Getting my things organized. I'm finding things better. Now see that? How pretty? That's what this is the shank button. It's got a shank at the bottom. And I have a lot of shank buttons, but you know what I've done? Is I've cut the shank off so I can use them for a flat pack to glue on stuff. So then I'm looking for shank buttons and I think, oh, there's one. And I go, oh no, that's one I cut. And so, but what I'll do now is I'll come up. Did I thread that? No, I got to put that. I got a piece of thread, but I need to have needle. Needle has to go with it. Let's see. This one, I think. Yeah, this one will work. And so, I'm gonna tie in. Now this I won't double this thread because this is, I know I can pull on this one and this one will be nice and tight. I mean, this one's not going to break. Okay, so I'll come up from, first I'll put a stitch just at the bottom. Just to hold it in there nice and tight. There we go. And then I'll come up through the center. Doesn't matter which side I use for the top because I'm not going to see that center. Then I'll come up in the center of this piece here. And then I'll go through the shank of this button. That's so pretty with like a pearl in the center and the gold around. That's pretty. And so then that then will go back through, down through the center. And see, I put my knot up a ways on that thread so that I have a little piece of thread still out. And I only have to go through that button one time, and that will hold. Well, there was a couple pretty buttons there too. But oh no, thought I might have broke the button. I don't have any big fancy buttons, so I've sold, in my selling things, I've sold a lot of my buttons. Then I think, gosh, I should have done that. You know, I don't use something for a while, and then I think, okay, I need to destash, so I need to get rid of some of this stuff. And I say, oh, darn it, I knew I should have kept that. But that's okay, I've got still plenty of buttons. But see there now, how that is so pretty? When it's layered like that, with that lace like this. Now, one thing that would be pretty too is if I were to have some, and I may try that on some of my buttons going forward. Tomorrow I have a busy day. Well, I don't really have a busy day. It doesn't take much to make my day busy, but tomorrow it's Papa's haircut in the morning. Then he's going to go get his shower after he take. So then while his toenails are still soft from the shower, I'm going to give him a pedicure. And so that's my busy day tomorrow. And but I think tomorrow I'm going to, well, later today, I guess it is now, I'm going to, oh, what I started saying is like if I have some, I mean, I do have some, like, oh gosh, what do you call it? Like the eyelash trim. Like for on this one especially, because there's a lot of space between this layer and this layer. If I were to have made like just a little bundle of eyelash trim and put it under there, or a little bundle of like even a piece of this lace curtain. This is the curtain that I used for those ones. You know what? I just was thinking that maybe I even have, I got all this. Oh, I got this. That's pretty. It's small. That's what I'm looking for. It's just little small things in my little tote here. I know I have some small little doilies. And I can cut up. Oh, here. These. Oh, this. Look at this. Now, see? This is, I don't know, something I bought from an auction, or maybe something somebody had sent me. In fact, I think somebody did send me these. But when you get something like this, now you can take them apart. So you can just take them apart, just snip right there in the, let's see how we'll do that. I'm not sure where to snip here. Okay. Now, sometimes when you are snipping something that's been crocheted, you got to be real careful because it'll come undone. And let's see, now that's pretty. Now with that, the color of that, and then what was I saying? Like this yo-yo, if that fit right on top of that yo-yo, and see, now that's better. You know, I do kind of worry about that coming apart. Let me look at this a little closer. How I could cut that where I don't lose. Well, no, it's not gonna. This will be okay though, because it's not something that you're gonna put in the washing machine and wash or something. But now what if I were to take one of these small flowers? Isn't that pretty, this trim? Now those are made to cut apart, so then if you were to put that piece right over the top of that, then you have more of a shabby chic vintage look. And then if I take buttons do I have here? I'd have to put a pretty small one there. What if I were to, well, no, that wouldn't work. But sometimes a little bead, too. Oh, this is pretty. And look at that one right there now. See, that looks nice together. And so then that would be simple do. Um, that would be a simple one to get done there. That one does not have a shank on that button. I'll put my knot up here, see, a couple inches, inch and a half away. And so I'll go up through the bottom and come right up through that button. Just one little stitch. Now you can glue these, but I like stitching. If I'm working with fabric, I really don't like to glue. I like to stitch it. But I do have fabric tack that I do use. Sometimes I do use just a little bit of fabric tack, but I like to stitch my when I'm using fabric, I like to use thread. And I do like hand stitching. It's just hand stitching is just well, and lately, with all the disruption in our state with the weather and such, and it's, I can't get down there and go help them people, so I kind of feel bad that I can't go help, and then I don't have money to send them. They need money, but I can't do that, so I have to soothe myself and try not to feel and so this is something that when you have got any kind of sorrow or sadness, and I don't have sadness. It's not like it's just, but just to do something like this, it's just beautiful. Now I could even put this whole thing on top of, well, it wouldn't go on that pink one, would it? No. And it wouldn't go on that orange one either, would it? But it would go on this one. Yeah, see? Look, it would go on that one. Pretty if I was want to do that. But I think I'll just leave it like this. I really like this one. I've only got a couple that I've made out of this fabric because it's so hard to get the needle through it. It's a very tight weave in this. It's almost like a lightweight duck cloth. It's real tight weave. And when you have something that's got such a tight weave in it, it's hard to get a sewing needle through there. And so, but I'm thinking that when I do my next sale, I might have like make up a collection of a few different flowers, like some flowers and some yo-yos maybe, and make up a collection and put a price on them and see if I can sell them, And I gotta get a lot more made. I go like like right here. These are these flowers right here. See this fabric, but I've already got them together and ironed. I tore the fabric, then I pressed the fabric, and then I stitched them to make the ring. And so now I just need to sew them. I mean, stitch them to make them gathered up in the centers. So I kind of do a little progression thing there. But I got some pretty other I think this. I think I did make one with this already, but these are beautiful fabrics. This is some scraps I got from Laura Vasquez sent me these, and these are beautiful. I have some absolutely gorgeous. I mean, people are just so now like this one here. This piece probably is just the right, let me see how many. Yeah, this is 8 inches. So for 8 inch, I was writing them down here too. 9, I had 2.5, so 8, I would probably make that a 2 inch. I'd probably cut this one, this piece, because I think that'll be pretty too. And so if I cut that one to 2 inches, ooh, that doesn't want to tear. What kind of fabric is that? Don't want to tear. That's okay, I can cut it. But it's kind of a different feel to this fabric. But it's some kind of a permanent press. It's polyester something. But see, now then there I have got the perfect size already to make a flower. See, because that's all I'll do is I'll cut that. And I got it. It's 8 inches, about 8.5. Then I cut that to, what did I say, 2 inches? Yep, I cut that for 2 inches. So that'll make it, the width of the flower will be 2 inches when that's done. But I like that one. I think that's that one I'll do next. Boy, I can't even finger press this stuff. I don't know what kind of fabric that is. Usually you can finger press it pretty well. Not this. But anyway, it's some kind of a permanent press something. But that'll make a pretty flower. I think that'll make a real pretty flower. Now that one, this fabric will, I'm going to take some of this. I'm going to take some of this and I am going to put it in tea tonight. I'll take about that much. I'm going to put it in tea tonight and just let it set. I'm just steep me a cup of tea and I'm just going to wad it up like this and put it in the tea and leave that overnight and then let it dry tomorrow and I'll have some tea stained. And because like this color, this color will be pretty with a tea stain rather than a stark white. So yeah, and then I can use more of my boy, even this, if I were to put a border of these flowers, well, maybe not, but see, like that one that I did with the lace on the edge here, because that's the flower. Then all of that I just stitched it, used a whip stitch and stitched all the way around it and put in there. But if you're putting like a top, like working on a cover on a nice journal or something, then you can, this would be be pretty as part of your decoration on the front. Or if I've been doing my tote bags. Well, I haven't been doing them as quick as I should be, but like this is one of my tote bags that I'm working on. And but see, now I put some yo-yos on this tote bag. Now see this. Now this would be pretty on this tote bag, but it wouldn't go with these here yo-yos. But I mean, but all of the tote bags are going to be like they're going to be like this basically. Now this has got an odd shaped little doily. A lot of them will have a doily on the front, and like this is a pocket. I made it into a pocket. This is all hand stitched on, and then I hand stitched this. It's twill ribbon, and so I hand stitched that to the top of this, left that open for a pocket, and it's going to get a little tote bag, small tote bag that fits inside of here, but will be attached to here. Now I'm not sure yet if this here is going to stay on here. The lining I made out of using the Tim Holtz fabric, because I love the Tim Holtz fabrics, and so that's the lining. But now I've done that. This has been just sitting for like a week. Oh, and then I put also on the handle. I stitched. All that is hand stitched on there. Hand stitched on there because I want it to look I want it to look like primitive or something is the look I'm going for. But see, then when I put that button on there, then that makes like a closure because the buttonhole is just naturally in the lace, in the crocheted cotton. But I think that that turns out pretty. But and maybe I'll work on that tomorrow. But these are fun. I've got more bags that I will be working on. I've got some beautiful things that I ordered from. Let's see if I can find one right here. I ordered from. Oh, if you ever. One of my favorite ladies that I order from is Rosita. Rosita Tosoc's Treasures. She had these. She had these in the last sale I purchased. I have to kind of not go to sales for a while because I got to put me on a spending freeze here. But all of this is hand cross stitched on here, and it couldn't have been much money because I don't have much money to spend. So, but I got that one, and then $2.50 I give for them. Look at that one, how pretty. So pretty. But I thought, wow, are they going to make a beautiful pocket on the front of one of those bags? Look, and this is all hand cross-stitched, all hand done. I wonder what would happen if I tea-dyed this whole thing. Since my bags are like of the muslin color, I'm wondering if this white won't work good. I might try tea dyeing one and see what happens. I got 4 different ones, but they're so pretty, and somebody really put a lot of work into making these. A lot of work into making these, and so those will be very pretty. And I think I'm going to try tea dyeing one. I think I'll try tea dyeing this one because, see, now if I put this on, well, just let me see on the back of this bag. Yeah, see, this will be real white. I would have to hem it all the way close to the work to put it on there. Actually, I think that will still be a nice size for that, to have a pocket on the front here, to have a little pocket, to make that into a little pocket. Put a button here with a little hoop there, and then I could even put, I don't know, I could maybe put a little flower here, something. And even if I do it white, leave it white, but I'm going to try and tea dye this one. But, and I don't know, maybe that's too big for here, but I don't know, I'll give it some thought. Give it some thought and consideration. But anyway, okay, well, I'm going to try and go back to bed. See if I can go to sleep. But I've got like doilies I'm going to be decorating these bags up with. They're going to be so pretty. And so my whole table, this is my dining room table. My daughter brought a salad over tonight, and I sat right here and ate my salad right here. She had to move some stuff over on the other side of the table over there so that she could eat her salad, because I got my box there of we don't hardly ever eat at the table. Well, I did clear the table off a little bit for when Samantha came yesterday. I was going to call her Stephanie, but yeah, I didn't. I cleared the table for her. Now let's see. Now, look. Oh, I've been running my mouth for a while. I'm going to read a postcard from Spirit tonight. or this morning. What time is it now? 3:18 a.m. Maybe I'll be able to go to sleep. I'll see. I'll pick this one here right out of the center. And this is a postcard from Spirit. So our ancestors sent this to us. This is a message that they wanted us to hear today. So somebody out there listening, maybe it's me, maybe it's somebody that needs to hear this message. So I'm going to read it. It says, Dearest you, we're a chatty bunch over here, always talking about how to support you in your life's journey. We communicate with you through the language of oracles, dreams, signs, metaphors, and omens. In your life on earth, however, clarity in your communication is essential to being understood. You don't speak in symbols, and if you did, you would definitely confuse things. Right now, you're facing a situation in which you're being asked to have integrity. Be clear and learn how to ask for your needs to be met. The first step is to admit out loud that you have needs. The second is to ask out loud for them to be met. And the third is to allow the other person, organization, or even us to answer you. When you follow these steps, you can most definitely expect an answer. In your favor, affirmative, we say, loving you so very much. Wow, that is for us here in Florida right now, and not so much me in my area was pretty much unscathed by the hurricane, but so much of Florida is just in so much trouble over this hurricane. And here, this is speaking to all of us. This is, oh my gosh, to ask out loud. It said this second, right now you're facing a situation in which you're being asked to have integrity. Be clear and learn how to ask for your needs to be met. The first step is to admit out loud that you have needs. The second is to ask out loud for them to be met. And the third is to allow the other person, organization, or even us to answer you. When you follow these steps, you can most definitely expect an answer in your favor. Affirmative, we say. That is just, oh my gosh. It's amazing when I pull one of these cards out, postcards from Spirit. It's usually something that just touches. It just touches needs for today, for me, for people around me. It's just, and I've heard a lot of my subscribers have said, "Oh wow, the postcards from Spirit, they really like them, and that was speaking to me today." But so I'm happy with that one. I think that is very good message. That's a very good message for us. So with that, I'm going to close. But I just wanted to just say hi to you guys today and show you what I've been doing. I love my flowers. I just love my flowers. You know, I do a lot of things with scraps, and so a lot of scrap. And this is scrap fabric I use to make these flowers. I don't buy new fabric to make these flowers. And most every bit of this has been sent to me in a scrap box, in a box of scraps that has been sent to me like this. I showed you, look at that, it's just different shapes and sizes of just scrap fabric. And it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. And look at the flowers that come from it. They're just beautiful. And so I don't know what I'd do without you guys. I don't know what I would do. Look at that, how that button. Just a flower with a button in the middle without having layers. But I like the layers though too, see. So here I got this piece of fabric too, and that's already in a strip. That's kind of a yellow, pale yellow gingham. But that would make a pretty one for layering. Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to let you look at this one. This one here will be very nice to make a vintage looking or rustic looking flower too. Oh, so pretty. And so, and I thank all of you so much. Oh, oh, that was another piece of fabric that was in that package. I'm not sure what this is probably going to go on the front of a bag. This was already sewn together. It's a bunch of pie shapes that looks like somebody was going to make a quilt piece out of that. And this is probably, I'll hem it all the way around. And then that is probably going to go on the front of one of them bags. Somebody will want that one. So, but I'll let you guys know, ahead of time before I have my sale. Um, my next one's scheduled for the 1st of November. I didn't do my October sale. And I might do one before November 1st too, but I'll have to see if my friend Ray always likes, she helps me with them when I do them, so she's my little narrator or something. And so, but anyway, I'll let you all know before I have the sale. And so for now, I'm going to ask God to watch over you every step you take, every move you make, keep you safe and keep you secure, keep you happy, healthy, and humble. And I will see you on the next video. God bless.